Good evening, Facebook. This may be the latest within the day that I've ever done one of these webcasts, but I just got home from my camping trip, which was out at Hood Canal. Um, what a beautiful experience it was. I posted a very short 2 minute video yesterday to just kind of tell everybody, hey, here's where I'm at and look at this awesome place. It was a lot of fun. And my friends and I, three of us went. We did more than just sit on lawn chairs staring out over the Puget Sound, Hood Canal area. We fished. We hiked up to a lake, which takes about 20 to 30 minutes to hike up to, maybe a little longer, because you have to hike a considerable distance up this steep hill to a place called Wheeler Lake, which a lot of people don't even know exists, but it's out there and it's really cool how secluded it is, and it's really gorgeous up there. A lot of beautiful wildlife. I had my binoculars with me, of course, and there was a bald eagle flying back and forth across this lake. This lake, which really isn't even very big, so there's no distance on any lakeshore which is too far away from where you are. And I had these binoculars, and I could see these huge birds. There was a turkey vulture. There was a bald eagle. My friends fished. I tried to fish. I think I got one bite, and that's about all that happened. But then I just hiked around and explored up there. It was awesome. Then when we hiked back down and set up our tents and everything, after the sun went down, the full moon came up. It was the exact full moon yesterday. It was beautiful. And we hiked in the middle of the night under nothing but moonlight way up the Tahuya River and found ourselves a spot near the banks of this river under a beautiful open sky in the full moonlight, listening to barn owls in the distance, hooting back and forth at each other from probably at least 2 miles apart. It was a magical, magical experience. And then this morning we woke up, packed up the tents and everything else, and then hiked up basically to the same spot where we'd been the night before and fished the Tahuya River. There were no fish in there except for tiny little guys, probably about that big. So nobody caught anything. The only coronavirus related thing that occurred within this trip was that one of my companions, who works in a construction related field, got a text message from his boss to notify him that full time work for them will resume as of next week. And as tiny a piece of information as that is by itself, it is a pretty momentous one for me because it is the first and most direct indication that life is beginning to creep back to normal. He works in a very different field from my line of work, obviously, but people I consider very close are now going back to their lives, going back to work after a very welcome and very enlightening opportunity to reflect and reevaluate our lives. And we'll just have to see. I keep saying that lately. We're just going to have to see. But what else can be said when it comes to the context of my life? We're just going to have to see how things shape up. Because it's going to be a lot more unpredictable a road for those of us who work in my field of occupation. How are we going to get back to doing things the way that we're used to doing them, the way that we're used to excelling and succeeding? I have no idea. Maybe we'll do just fine. Maybe we'll do even better. Or maybe, restrictions being what they are, at least until a vaccine can be found, things are never quite going to be the same again. I just don't know. But at least for some of the people I love, they can get back to their lives. They can get back to their routines and back to doing what sustains them and what makes them happy and what constitutes a livelihood to them. And that makes me happy. So, I have nothing more to say today. Tomorrow being Friday, there's going to be a lot more to discuss and a lot more to analyze, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Until then, be good to each other.